Hey, what's up guys? This is T-Bone here. Welcome back to another episode of playing Gemstone Legends. So the latest legendary hero, Balfor, is now available in the altar. So what I want to do is go over his skills, animation, his gear loadout, and also kind of show you what situations he's going to be good for. So stay tuned, let's get into it, and let's talk about this hero.
Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion.
Now, before we go on to talk about Balfor, I wanted to make a quick announcement for a giveaway that I'm going to be doing on my Discord server because Christmas is almost upon us. And so I'm going to be giving away a golden chest gift to one winner. That's going to contain 25 gold scrolls, 1 platinum scroll, 5 epic tomes, 5 legendary tomes, as well as 200 gems. And the way to win is really easy. All you have to do is go to my Discord server, and if you're not on the server, the link is in the description below. Hop into the server. There is a giveaway channel. Go to it and just enroll for the giveaway itself, and then it's going to run until Sunday, December 24th at 9 p.m. Pacific time. And at the end of that, it'll automatically pick a winner, and then after that, I'll just have to find you in the game and then give you a gift. That's it. No obligations. There's nothing you really need to do besides that. I would appreciate if you did drop a like and a subscribe to the channel because that does help me out in the long run. But this is something I wanted to give to the community for all of your support so far. So thank you very much. Let's get back to talking about Balfor now. All right, so let's talk about Balfor. Let's talk about his skills. And let's go through this quickly because I think the best way to showcase a hero is to show him in action. But I do need to go through the skills because I need to explain it. There are some nuances here which I think is worth discussing. First things first, he is a warden type, so he does have high mana gain, so he's going to be able to activate his skills more often. He deals damage to a single enemy. Okay, so he is a damage dealer. He can deal up to 30% of his current HP. That means the lower the health he has, the less the amount of damage that he can deal. But if you have really good and really high health, he can actually pack quite a punch. And then he does inflict silence to an enemy for 3 turns at max level. And this is guaranteed. There is no accuracy needed. It's just going to be guaranteed unless your enemy has immunity to silence. He also helps your allies by granting Fortify and also Protective Shield. Remember, Protective Shield here is based on your allies' health rather than Balfor's health. So every ally that you have, depending on the amount of health they get, they're just going to get 20% of that as Protective Shield. Now, passive ability, this is the most interesting part. This is the one I want to showcase the most, which is he's going to reduce the remaining number of turns at the start of every ally's turn, okay? He'll reduce the number of turns of freeze by 1. It does not go up no matter what level you get up to, but I think it's actually good enough just going down by 1. And he will have good, good defense increase. He's also going to be immune to freeze and decreased defense, so it's harder to take him down. It's going to be really, really hard to take him down. And given that he's going to have increased defense already, his awakening skill gives him also more defense. I would say focus more on his HP status. So if you take a look, I focused on HP everywhere, on my glove, on my armor, on my boots, okay? I try to throw in some life sets as well. I think life set is going to be really good for him. Giant set is another one that's a good option. I would say more health over more defense because he already gets it from his awakening and his passive ability. Right now, I have about 62,000 health. And so if you convert that with 30% damage, that's about 18,000. And then, of course, you go through the formula to have some reductions, whatnot. But that's pretty good. And so my critical rate is at 69%. You know, I didn't try too hard to bring it higher, and I didn't really focus on bringing his critical damage higher. And I'm going to show you the amount of damage he is capable of doing. In terms of his relic, I think that there's some different options. You could go with the magma boots if you have it. I have it on Arendelle right now. I like that. And so instead, I put the Razix Soul on him because he does grant positive stats, and so he can also give some mana. Alternatively, you can also give the shield wall to give him more defense, decrease the amount of damage that he takes, and also, in terms of the rare ones, you can give him even more health, or you can give him something that has more defense. All of these things will work for him. Okay, and so now that I've talked about the skills, let's go and take a look at him in action because I'm really excited to show you him in sort of his skills and how this all works. So to showcase Balfor's skill, animation, and amount of damage he's able to do, I've set up a custom team here that is basically all freeze capable. Okay, and a quick sidebar here. When I went to the lexicon to do a quick filter and search for, heroes that have freeze, turns out there's really not that many. So you can see the list here. Suzette is on the list though. I did make a video about her, so you can take a look at why I think she's going to be really good. So when you fuse her, you'll be able to do freeze as well. And now let's take a look at the team I set up. So we're going to go ahead and try to show you his animation, his ability to deal damage, and also just let's just see how his skill for reducing freeze works. Okay, so let's get into that and let's take a look. So first things first, I want to make sure that I protect my heroes, and then it doesn't look like I have any. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I have any green gems to be able to activate him, but hopefully we'll be able to use Celeste to showcase this. Now, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to showcase this, and I'll probably pause this if I can. If Celeste gets frozen, because there's only one turn between her and the next enemy, what happens here is she's not going to be able to just skip her turn. But look what happened. Balfor actually managed to reduce the amount of freeze on her. So you can see it reduced it from 2 to 1. But you see what happened there? Celeste was going, but because there is only one ally's turn and the very next turn is the opponent's, Balfor's skill will not allow you to basically go during that time. So you are still going to miss that turn. So that part doesn't change, but the amount of freeze will reduce. That's the only caveat here. Otherwise, as you saw, everybody who gets frozen does reduce the amount of freeze by 1. I think this is huge actually, because like if there are, a lot of your opponents getting frozen, you can actually go faster. Okay, you can allow them to activate their skills earlier, which actually is very, very good. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at his skill, his animation, and amount of damage that he's capable of doing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and activate. And you see that we're actually able to deal about 7,000 against a blue enemy, right? So it is not devastating in PvP perspective per se, but the reality is you are able to deal some damage, and that is ultimately what can help. Okay, and if we wanted to deal damage against an opponent with slightly lesser defense, because Fire is a very defensive hero, let's take a look and see how much damage he can do against Morena. There was no critical hit, so it was just 3,000. If I was able to get a critical rate, then that would actually be higher as well. And so these are the things that wanted to showcase here, because he is not going to necessarily be your biggest hitter, but in certain cases he could come in clutch if you just needed a little bit of a hit to take out your opponent. What he could do is he could actually help and get rid of your opponent in that way. Okay, and so let's go ahead and do this as well. We're going to try one more time and see if we actually do manage to get a and you can see that we actually unfroze again, right? And so we're going to go, I guess we're going to lose Virgo here, unfortunately. But let's take a look again and see if I'm able to deal a little bit better damage this time. So with critical rate, we go up to about 6.6, right? So again, it's one of those things where it is a, it's helpful, but I don't use it as the main as his main attraction. The fact that I'm I'm silencing my hero, my opponent, right? And I'm able to reduce the freeze on my allies. That's the key part. Okay, and so he's going to be really good to have on the team, because he's going to just make it harder for your opponents to take him out. And he does have the allies. I just love that, if you're up against a team that is focused on freeze, often you're going to find Necros on the team, and he can freeze up to 4 turns. You can reduce that by quite a bit, and that's really, really helpful. And so I personally think that he's worth investing in. I really enjoy using him. I'm going to find a way to keep him in my arsenal, maybe my for sure in my war defense. You're going to find him. And also I'm looking to see if I can adjust my arena defense to hopefully have him see some action as well. So that's going to be it for me for today in this particular video. Please let me know what you think about, his skills. If there's anything that I need to explain better, feel free to let me know. Comment below and also give me some feedback on what you think about this hero. And I'd love to hear what you think. All right. So that's going to be for me. Thank you very much. And if I don't make another video before Christmas, Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays to those of you who celebrate Christmas. And if you don't, again, Happy Holidays and a Happy New Year. I will see you in the next episode. Bye now.